Wagwan, my YouTubers, a beautiful Jamaican morning to you. Uh, it's a bit overcast this morning. As always, I'm heading to my job. I'm trying to find some innovative ways to greet you when I'm doing my videos, but I'm failing miserably. So if you have any suggestions, hit me up in the comment section. I would love that. You know, I'm in Jamaica. We have a lot of slangs in Jamaica. So hit me up with any suggestion on how I can greet you when I start my videos. But I just want to big you up. It's a beautiful day, even though it's overcast. It simply means that nature is at work, and maybe we get some rain today. Today is actually Wednesday, February 19th, 2020. On my way to my job, as usual in traffic, so you may hear the sounds of motor cars and bikes passing. But nonetheless, we should have a good morning. So this morning, my listeners, always take time out to be grateful for living to see another day. Being able to speak with you and you being able to hear me means that we are still above ground. We are still in the position to find our purpose in this life. We are still in the position to be great as what we really are, which is great beings here on earth, infinite beings living a physical life. It's so wonderful, my listeners. And when you get to know these things, your life will change. You might be living a mediocre life right now where you're just merely getting by. And my listeners, life is not about money, making money. You don't need money to be happy, my listeners. When you reach a stage where you're focused inward and you're building you from inside, things just start happening, my listeners. You don't need to do anything in life. I mean, yes, you need to work, but if you know what I mean. Because a lot of persons have the misconception that you make life what it is. You can't make life. Same like how you can't make money. You can work for a salary, but you can't make money. You can't tell yourself, oh, I'm going to make money. Money is a byproduct of what you do, what you give. So you go to your job and you give 8 hours per day and they pay you. It's the same thing. When you find your purpose, you find your gifts or your talents, you will be paid accordingly. And it's not like you set out to be paid, but you offer a service, you find a niche, you find something that people want. Whether it's like me, my purpose is to speak, and I'm a very shy person. For those who know me, I am very shy. I'm an introvert. And when I finally discovered, I've done 2 degrees. I've done a first degree and a master's, because I always thought that my life would have been in security. I mean, I work in a security industry. I work in the security industry in Jamaica, and I'm very passionate about my job, even though my current position is not in security. However, my passion was security, or that's what I thought. So I did my degrees accordingly. Now, after discovering what my purpose is, and my purpose is motivation, to speak to people about life, because I've been given a gift. I've been given a gift of insight and intuition, all of those. I'm able to see things from a deep level, my listeners. I'm able to understand life. I'm able to go deep, and I feel blessed to be chosen as one of these people who actually see life for what it is. And it's beautiful, and I'm trying to express this in my videos. In time, I will be out there. I'll be on stages talking to people, and I'm so looking forward to it, even though I'm so shy. But it's something I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to speaking, looking in people's eyes, and having a one-to-one, even though a lot of persons will be in the audience, but I will feel as if I'm having a one-to-one with people. And it will be my greatest desire to reach people, to reach people's hearts, to help people to realize that there's more to life than just getting up each day and having a routine. Routine is not living, my listeners. Routine is not living. Routine is just existing. There's more to life than just a routine. I mean, we all need a job because we have bills to pay. So I am not telling you not to work or not to go to your job. You have to go to your job because you have to pay your bills. You have to take care of your families. But I'm saying, my listeners, that there is more to life. Life begins when you find your true nature, when you find what you actually are, which is a great, magnificent specimen or a great, magnificent being. Oh my God, my listeners, it's more than going to church. It's more than Christianity. When you find your true self. When you find your true self, my listeners, who you really are, it's more than, it's like, the feeling is out of this world, because you start to know, yourself, other people, life, things. And when you're able to make better decisions, my listeners. You're able to make better decisions. You're able to treat others better, because when you know your true nature, you know from whence you came, you know who you are, which is we are divine beings. We are divine beings sharing our experiencing a physical reality. So we are more than the body that you see. The body that you see is just the form, as I always say in my other videos. But this morning, my listeners, I want to talk to you about validation and us feeling the need to be validated by others. My listeners, all of my life, I have not received validation, whether it be in my family, from my parents, my siblings, friends, co-workers. And I've often wondered, because in my mind I have achieved a lot if I were to look at it from a physical perspective. So putting yourself through college, and I mean being successful at your job, things like those, and I have not had the experience of being validated. And I must confess, it used to bother me. But then when I realized at one point that it was deliberate, in the sense that it was not meant to be that I received validation for what I achieved or what I, in my estimation, accomplished. And I would look at other persons and see that even if they accomplish a simple task or a simple goal, they are praised, they are validated, and they feel they are able to develop a certain level of self. Their confidence levels they are able to increase, and they feel good about themselves. But for me, my listeners, I've never had that. It's just a few persons in my life that were there to really validate or to, and then when you look at, sorry, I had to stop and blow my horn to let a little boy cross the road. Right, so when you look at receiving validation for what you have done, you would want, and you're just like a little child, when you do something and your parents will say great job, and they maybe give you a sweetie or whatever, or you start school and you get something right, your teacher would put a star on your book and you feel good about yourself, and so on, and continue in life, and at work, you do something good, they give you a certificate or an award or something. It's something that we look for as people. We want to know that whatever we do is recognized and it's appreciated, right? So we all look for validation, my listeners. Now, I'm using my life as an example because I believe that the universe give us certain experience so that we can share with others to help them to grow. Our experiences is not our own. It's not only for us. It helps us to grow, yes, but it's also other persons are out there waiting on us to share our experiences with them. Maybe they might not have the strength to overcome that experience, so you have that strength in you to overcome the experience. So it is for you to share with others how you had the experience and how you have overcome it. My listeners, people are out there waiting on us to share our gifts, share our talents, so that they can achieve theirs. I'm gonna repeat that, my listeners. There are persons out there waiting on us, waiting on the gift that we got, that is inside us, waiting on the talent, so that they can achieve theirs. And I can give you an example, my listeners. Just like you are blessed with the gift of singing. So you will have musicians out there, you will have songwriters if you don't write your own songs, you will have producers, you will have so many people in the music industry waiting on you. I mean, they might not know you personally because you may have not been discovered, but that's just an example of people waiting on you to achieve their gifts, achieve their talent. So my listeners, we might be shy just like me, and even though I'm shy, I'm ready. I think I'm ready to go out there. I'm ready to start giving motivational talks. I'm happy. I'm just excited about the first opportunity. I haven't gotten any as yet. I just need to put myself out there. But I started my YouTube channel as a means of breaking the ice. I've not done any videos yet. I must muster up the courage to put my face on video, but I think I'll do that soon. But for now, I'll just be doing my voice recordings. But what I'm saying, my listeners, is that we look for validation in whatever we do. And I'm using my life this morning, my listeners, because I can only speak from my experience. Because until you live an experience, it's not real. If I tell you my experience, it can just be my experience. But until you have it for yourself or live it, then it's not real. All right? So I can only speak from my experience, my listeners, and the growth I have had and the realization I have arrived at based on my experience of not being validated by the people who I am looking for to validate me. So in essence, my listeners, I just got a call from one of my best friends, Joni K. Baker. She was just calling to check on me. That's one of my real friends, friends for life. All right. I'm sure all of us have a good friend like that. All right. So I hope I didn't miss my train of thought, but I'll continue, my listeners. So we are speaking about validation and me not receiving validation from the people that I really, in your life, like your family, your friends, close people, co-workers at work, and so on. But to be honest, my listeners, when I really realize why I was not receiving validation, I realized that the universe is at work in my life, and the life that I live is not mine. As a matter of fact, I was put here for a purpose, and things happen that proves to me that the life that I have is not, it's not for me to say, oh, this is me and this is what I want to become. I have to acknowledge that there's a purpose for my life. Now, when I realized that, why I was not receiving the validation I was looking for, and still is not receiving validation, because even my YouTube channels, I would check and see, the views. I would see if there are any likes or comments. I'm always looking to see if, when I put out the videos, if persons are commenting and giving me their feedback, and I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that. And I've come to the realization that when people validate you, my listeners, it's not good. And I'll explain why I say that. Because when you're validated or commended on something, you feel accomplished. It actually does something to you that really sets you back in life. Because if people validate you, you will think that you have reached a goal, or you are accomplished, or you're successful at what you do. So you may not be as dedicated as you should be in what you have to do. You may take your foot off the pedal per se, the gas pedal per se of your life, because you feel as if, yes, people are validating me, people are recognizing my worth, and people are recognizing my talent and skills and so on. So in essence, my listeners, validation is not good. It's not, especially if you're on a journey, my listeners, being validated is not something that you should look for. What you should do is to stay focused on your goals, stay focused on what you're doing. Every day you do things to hone your craft, to make yourself better at what you do. So if I were getting validation all my life, I've been looking for validation, I do not think, my listeners, I would have achieved so much in life. And I'm telling you that if I were to look, or if I were a physical person, then I think I would be like, oh, I have this, I have that, I have this qualification, I just been promoted in my job. I mean, I'm happy that I have achieved so much, but it does not impact me in the sense that I feel like I'm better than anyone. I see it as, yes, I'm working hard because I work very hard at my job and I'm being rewarded. I don't see it as I deserved, or I'm expecting. I feel like I'm expecting to get this or get that. My mindset, my listeners, is that I give it my best and I leave the rest to my God, because God alone promotes you. Now, in terms of validation, my listeners, I have come to the realization why I am not, or have not been validated, and is still not being validated. It's because when you're validated, it means that you've reached where you're going. And life is a journey, my listeners. Every day we improve. Every day we give what we do. We learn more every day. We never stop learning. And validation does something to you, my listeners. So if you are like me, where you've lived your life and people, you're working hard, you're achieving a lot, and persons are not acknowledging you or validating you, don't be discouraged, my listeners, because that simply means that you're living a purpose and you have not reached where you need to be in life as yet. You may never reach, because it's a process, and it's ongoing. So you are doing good, you are achieving your goals, you are impacting lives. That maybe just be it. Or maybe one day when the universe thinks that you need to get validated, you will get validated. But it's not for you to worry about it, that like in my case, I'm putting up my videos and I'm not getting the likes, I'm not getting comments, I'm getting views. For me, it doesn't really necessarily bother me, because I know that persons are watching the videos, and I know that somebody is impacted by what I'm saying. And even when I have conversations with people, I notice the change in the shift in their thinking. So I know that it's positive stuff. So validation, my listeners, it's not something that you should aspire for. to be validated, because only you can validate yourself. You validate yourself by believing in yourself, believing in what you do, believing in your goals, your dreams. You validate yourself, my listeners, because if somebody validates you today and doesn't feel like validating you tomorrow, then they will take away something special from you. If you look to people for your self-worth or your self-confidence, then you're gonna be in trouble. It simply means that if you are not getting the validation externally, it simply means that you need to look internally for validation. And that's the best way, because when you validate yourself, no one can take that away. So a bad day or a bad experience cannot take away your self-worth or take away your validation in yourself. You just know that the bad is good and the good is bad, or the good is good and the bad is good. Sorry. So my listeners, it's my wish that we will do the necessaries. We will look at life, look at the things that are working in our lives, my listeners, and try to find out why they are working, and look at the things that are not working and look at why they are not working. Because you can live, you can do anything you want to do in life, but the most important thing is to look at what is working and what is not working. Because if something is working, then you need to work harder at that. Look at what you're doing to get the good results. Look at the principles that you have applied to getting good results. If you're doing something bad or you're doing something and you're getting bad results, look at the principles also that you apply to getting those bad results, and you may need to make the changes accordingly, because life is about laws and principles. So you have the universal laws, like law of attraction, law of abundance, law of vibration, law of cause and effect. Those are very important, my listeners. I know a lot of you don't even know that these laws exist, but these are the laws that we need to live by in order to be prosperous, in order to have peace within. So you know that there are laws that governs us as human beings, universal laws of the universe, not only laws of the government of Jamaica or laws of the United States of America. The Bible says, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God's. So my listeners, they are talking about laws. It's not just money. We're in the Bible where Christ was saying to give unto Caesar what is Caesar, and what unto God what is God's. You give unto Caesar, you respect the laws of the land. So whatever, you do not kill, because you will go to prison. But the laws of the universe, the law of cause and effect, and that has to do with karma. So what you do is done unto you. That is the law of cause and effect. The law of abundance, where you develop certain principles that will allow abundance to come into your life, right? So you have the law of vibration as well. I missed that one. The law of vibration, where you acknowledge that we vibrate on frequencies. Every individual vibrate on frequencies. So based on your level of the level you vibrate at will determine how your outlook on life, your perspective, how you see life, and it will also determine how you prosper as well, because you have to understand vibration, or the law of vibration. So these are some things, my listeners, that we as human beings, we are not just, I keep saying to you, my listeners, that we are not just what you see. We are not just, you get up and you if you have a job, you go to work and you do your 8 hours and you come back home, whether you want to stop and have a drink or you stop and check your friend. Life is more than that. Life is more than just a routine, a daily routine. There are laws of the universe. There are principles of life that you follow. One of the principles is not everything that happens to you is there to destroy you. So the good things, and my listeners, if you can master the principle of understanding that life is about good experiences and life is about bad experiences, but the good experience and the bad experience is not meant to destroy you. Both of them are made to grow you, because life is about growth. Life is about becoming your best, truest possible self. So the quote unquote bad experiences that we would tend to say we have, it's about growth. It's everything you go through teaches you a lesson, my listeners. So it's all about perspective. So if you see an experience as being bad, and then you start looking at it and say, boy, me salt, as what they would say in Jamaica, or persons would say, God has turned his back on me. It's nothing like that, my listeners. All experiences are meant for your growth. It's all about how you see it and your perspective of the experiences. It is my wish, my listeners, that we will develop a different mindset about life. That's a start. When you develop a different mindset about life, then you will understand that there's more to life than what we see. We are not physical beings, as I always say. We are spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings living a physical life. That's all it is. So there's more to us. We are magnificent. We are creative. We are infinite beings, my listeners. It is my wish that you have a beautiful day, and that you will find the time to find your true self. This is Nadra Brown, your spiritual teacher and motivational speaker. Have a great day. Thank you.